What if I told you that in just a few seconds, you could look at someone and know what's really going on inside their mind? Not by magic, not by tricks, but through an ancient wisdom so powerful that emperors used it to rule nations. And philosophers used it to see the truth behind every mask. Imagine this. You walk into a room. Before anyone speaks a word, you already know who's confident, who's insecure, who's hiding a broken heart behind a fake smile, and who's truly at peace. To everyone else, it looks like intuition. But to you, it will feel like reading an open book. This is not a superpower. It's not something reserved for the chosen few. It's a skill, one that the Stoics practiced thousands of years ago, and one that you can begin mastering today. And by the end of this video, you won't just learn how to read others. You'll learn how to see life itself more clearly. So if you're ready to unlock the hidden patterns of human behavior, stay with me. Because once you discover this, you'll never see people the same way again. Look beyond words. The first secret is this: people reveal more in silence than in speech. Most of us listen only to words. But the Stoics taught us the truth lives in the things unsaid. Watch carefully. The slight pause before someone answers. The crack in their voice when they say, "I'm fine." The eyes that look away too quickly. The smile that doesn't reach the eyes. These tiny signals speak louder than any sentence. Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we may listen twice as much as we speak." But listening doesn't just mean hearing. It means noticing the trembling hands, the nervous laugh, the shift in posture. Think about a mother. Her child says, "Nothing's wrong." But she notices the lowered shoulders, the heavy breath, the silent tears held back. Without a single word, she knows the truth. This is the power of looking beyond words. When you pay attention to the pauses, the hesitations, and the silence, you start reading people's souls, not just their sentences. See pain behind anger. The second secret is this: behind every burst of anger, there is hidden pain. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you meet anger, remember it comes from weakness." The Stoics understood that anger is almost never the root problem. It's only the smoke that hides the real fire. Think about it. The man who insults others is often battling his own insecurity. The woman who shouts the loudest may be the one who feels unheard. The arrogant person who looks down on you. Deep inside, they fear being small. When you realize this, everything changes. Instead of reacting with more anger, you pause. You ask yourself, what pain must this person be carrying? Picture this. Someone screams at you in traffic. Your first instinct is to shout back. But if you look closer, maybe they're rushing to the hospital. Maybe they've just lost someone. Maybe their life is falling apart. Suddenly, they are no longer your enemy. They are simply another human being. Wounded, scared, fighting invisible battles. This is how you begin to truly read minds. Not by exposing weakness, but by uncovering the pain beneath the mask. And when you see the pain, you can choose empathy instead of judgment, because judgment closes hearts, but empathy opens them. Watch the patterns of human nature. The third secret is this: human behavior looks random, but it always follows ancient patterns. The Stoics spent their lives studying people, soldiers and slaves, merchants and emperors, and they discovered a timeless truth. No matter the role, no matter the status, the human heart is moved by the same forces: fear, desire, pride, love. Marcus Aurelius, ruler of the most powerful empire on earth, wrote in his journal every night. Not as a king, but as a man reminding himself that his enemies, his servants and his friends all shared the same fragile life. They laughed, they cried, they worried, they hoped, just like him. When you start to see these patterns, people stop being mysteries. The proud man who mocks others, he is terrified of being small. The loud friend who cracks jokes non-stop, often they are hiding sadness. The quiet person who avoids attention, many times they are protecting a tender heart. It's like learning a secret language. Once you understand the motives, fear, desire, pride, love, you no longer get lost in surface behaviors. You see the currents beneath the waves, and when you can see the currents, you can read not just one person's mind, but the minds of everyone. Master the power of silence. The fourth secret is this: silence reveals what words try to hide. Most people rush to fill every pause, but the Stoics knew if you can sit with silence, the truth will come to you. Socrates was famous for this. He would ask a question, then say nothing. And in that heavy silence, people revealed more than they ever planned. Their fears, their doubts, their hidden thoughts. Why? Because silence makes the mask heavy, and eventually people let it drop. Think about it. When you stop talking, when you resist the urge to interrupt, people feel the space. And in that space, they begin to open up. They share what's really on their mind. Not because you demanded it, but because silence invited it. Next time you want to understand someone, don't rush to speak. Don't rush to fill the gap. Just hold the silence. Watch their body shift. Notice the sigh. Listen to what they do not say. Because in silence, the soul speaks. And when you learn to hear it, you can read anyone, not with words, but with wisdom. Now listen closely, my friend. The art of reading minds is not sorcery. It is not a trick. It is wisdom. It is the ability to see clearly, listen deeply, and understand the hidden battles every human carries. When you learn to look beyond words, you begin to see truth where others only hear noise. When you see pain behind anger, you transform enemies into wounded souls who need compassion, not conflict. When you study human nature, you recognize that every person you meet, whether rich or poor, friend or stranger, is moved by the same forces that move you. And when you master silence, you learn that the quietest moments reveal the loudest truths. This is what the Stoics knew. And this is what you can practice starting today. So the next time you meet someone, don't ask yourself, what can I get from them? Ask instead, what can I understand within them? Because to understand others is a gift. To understand yourself is freedom. But to unite both, to see others and yourself with clarity, that is true mastery. And once you reach that mastery, you will never see people or life itself the same way again.